Alright, welcome back to another deck tech on the Militia Madness MTG YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you Omega, which if any of you have played Pauper or watch certain YouTubers, you'll know that this is the most infuriating thing to play against in the world. So be prepared for that game to probably last a very long time. You thought Carmella couldn't end games on time. Nay, said the dwarf. Yeah, so Omega is the... As of recording this, we're just before Edge of Eternity's pre-release. So this is the newest set, Final Fantasy. It costs 7 mana, 5 green and a blue for an 8/8, and has the ability Wave Cannon, which basically comes into play, and then for each non-basic land you control, you tap a creature and put that many stun counters on it and gain that much life. So it like fogs an individual creature, which is good because we're playing Turbo Fog. So we have, not every fog, because there's a lot, and some of them are bad, but we have OG Fog, which is just fog, 1 mana, fog. We have several 2 mana fogs. Lots of 2 mana fogs. This is 2 fogs in 1, because of the flashback. This gains life, which is relevant. This cycles for 2, this cycles for 3, and these are just fogs. Love me a Moment's Peace. Those are gold bordered, so take that. And then just a couple of 3 mana fogs. There's a reason we want to be on 3 mana specifically. I'll get to that in a minute. This has Convoke, which does come up sometimes. Sometimes you have your commander in play, and you know that it costs 2. Take that. I've never triggered Fateful Hour on this, but I hope to one day. And then this is Foily. So there you go. But really, all the fogs are pretty interchangeable. I think there are more that you could play. And it's just very interchangeable. It was just that, how many is this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. With a Weather the Storm. I felt like 12 fog effects was enough. And then I wanted to replace the others with like card draw to help me get to my fog effects. Was the kind of the way that I wanted to play this. Because you have a fog in your command zone. Just being able to gain some life to then buy you time to just, you know. Yeah, so Weather the Storm fits into a fog. This is a very common card in our format, but not very often is it in the main board. It's a sideboard card, but for us, it's a fog. So we're playing it. We have like this get a land package, although in this format, it's not unreasonable to cast these and like kill people with them. Like I've killed people with Saga Wildling and I've killed people with Generosent before. Lauren Revealed, hard to kill people with that, but you can. We'll get to that in a second in our win conditions. But really, these are just go get a land. You know what these cards do. Okay. So you might be thinking, why are you playing 6 creatures? You're a fog deck. Fog has a real hard time winning games within the time limit of tournaments. So these are here to prevent that. In a game where you just fog, and then slam your Murmuring Mystic, you can kill people with Murmuring Mystic. Or you can kill people with Mold Drifter. You can kill people with Wave Sifter. You can kill people with all these cards. So you just kill people. These are very interchangeable. You can play really any big green dumb idiot. It doesn't matter. I just went with a flying package so that they're harder to block. Cataxian Probe. It's a blue card. Ponder Preordain. More blue cards. Opt Consider. Again, I have like the slots that you put the rest of the fogs in, I have card draw. So I can hit land drops on curve, or I can just, you know, I valued the card draw a little bit more versatile. I top out at a Behold the Multiverse. I wanted 1 4-mana draw spell, and you guys know my opinion on Contact Other Planes, so I went with Behold the Multiverse. But you could play like, what, Hieroglyphic Illumination is another one you could play. This Scries, which makes it better than a lot of the other ones, but it really doesn't matter. This is the best one, but if you want to play Hieroglyphic Illumination, that's fine too. Daze, because we're in blue. That's not actually true. I should talk about this card, because I think every blue deck on the channel has played it. But I don't necessarily think every blue deck must play it. There are blue decks in the format that won't. Arcane Denial, this is an interesting one. This is a tech that I figured out, which is this mills them. Because it draws you a card, which is what you want, but it also draws them too, which is like milling them, and it accelerates the clock. Because no one ever, I don't think I've ever seen it happen, where they've turned down the draw 2. It's just too good. Lose Focus is some interaction, and then Counterspell is like our last interaction suite. You can kind of think of Daze, Lose Focus, Arcane Denial, and Counterspell as like our way to like interact with our opponent on the stack. We're in blue-green, so our removal is fight effects or nothing. So it's pretty terrible. So this is like our way to like, if they cast a Flaring Pain post-sideboard or something like that, just whatever's happening is just not happening, and then we can move on with our lives. We're on 3 Transmuters because hitting our win condition in a timely manner can be kind of tricky. So we have one that searches for 1 that'll often search for Stream of Thought. We have one that searches for 2 that'll often search Jace's Erasure. And we have one that searches for 3 that'll either find Curse of the Bloody Tome or Clear the Mind. If you paid attention to my Cormella deck tech, you'll know what these 2 cards do. Makes it to where you can never deck out, and then your opponent mills. And these do the same thing. This enchants your opponent, and during their upkeep they mill 2. And this is an enchantment that's 6 in play, and every time you draw a card, your opponent mills a card. So this is, apart from the creature win condition, this is how you're winning games. Which is why we play the creature, because that is abysmally slow. Now, we need non-lands for Omega, so we're on Rimewood Falls, Tangled Islet, which are just like the searchable duels. We're on both the Gates and both the Thrivings. This is really interchangeable. You can play any green-blue duels you want. I just have these, so I'm playing these. That's the green-blue duels. And then we have a Quandrix Campus, which we reliably activate all the time, which is great. And then we have the Cycle lands, the ones that cycle for 1 blue, so Tranquil Thicket, Lonely Centaur, and the ones that cycle for 2 colorless, which are Slippery Karst and Road Isle. No deserts, but again, like I said in Cormella, think of this as like a primer and you to make your own decisions. You can play deserts over these, you can play whatever, you know. They're just non-basic lands to get me up to the account for Omega. And then Gingerbread Cabin, because why not? I can't play the blue one, because it's banned, because it's nonsense. But I can't play the green one, so I am. And then 4 forests and 5 islands. There you go. There's my basics. La-di-da-di-da. Sideboard. We have these boys, which I'm going to get real tired of explaining every deck tech, but we're in blue, so we're playing them. We have these boys, which are just the initiative, not the initiative, the Monarch. There you go. We have Lignify and Unable to Scream, just 2 copies because we have the Transmuters that can go find them. And then we have just a bunch of counter spells. So we have a Null for the artifacts and enchantments. We have Dispel for like the Mirror Match or like blue control decks. We have Negate just because it's very, very versatile. And then we have 2 creature counters in case they're really heavy on creatures. We have Feed the Clan, which is interesting because our commander turns on Ferocious. 2 mana, gain 10. Can't beat it. Relic of Progenitus is like my go-to artifact removal. Graveyard Hate. Heritage Reclamation, just very versatile. And then Reverent Silence against specifically Boggles. That's it. Catch us later in the week for the gameplay video. Signing out.